Right, I was young for me chachi obia mobia kwaba. At about by Grace TV. So it is a trade and point uncle part. Obia here. It's a new day, weekend. Yes, Saturday. We will be a kwaba. Mess rest of the kind one. Now while like no comment, now I share. I'm a for so any be a share. Yet me a carbon. Edit Medina may be I assume live on YouTube by Grace TV. So with a quick one and some more. Eto from the urban be near dim como. Yedin as mamma and say someone by a memo as is yedim como. Akɔyɛ bebree na ɔnsɛnsɛn bi wɔ bɛtɔ fam a ɛho behia sɛ adansi nti yɛbɛkyerɛ bi yɛ ama amansa nyinaa te aseɛ na obi ka ɔho sɛ de obesi aka no na aboa ma bebree ayɛ bɔkɔ na nyame nkyɛn de yɛ intercept about 20-page document a ɛyɛ affidavit a yɛ Nana Akosua Tupac file yɛ ɛde kɔma the Kumasi High Court ɛbɛrɛ a ɛbɛtɔ dwa sɛ na abusuafoɔ atwe no de n'akɔgyina court. So Omra Mechre baby see that Lumba. Afe, Anita, you're welcome. First person I'll be kind, Anita, you're welcome. Krata, Sebi, a bar say the Busia for Abusuapanin crab number 4. Any of Ayapoku, any mamma Akosua&Brempomaa, a chain and Akosua Tupac, a good now court to say. Court, Emesha Tupac, now one chile baby, I'll cry that Lumba. Sabrina Yadum, affidavita, a response and Akosua Tupac at the Kodan court. Yen Sakan in now, I say. Yen been film. Yemfa bi nka ho ye bedini na ho komo se de be abusua obeti asem yi sa affidavit ni mu a affidavit ya na Akosua file the court na ye no response to nsem a abusua no afa ye maame Akosua&Brempomaa no fa ya poko de dan court say court nhye no e hye na Akosua Tupac na wo ma kire wo mo ba bia okra Lumba eno amu na e wo mo say court nhye na Tupac na on kire ba bia okra Lumba afa court nhye Tupac na o mebu akonta emfa kire abusuafo efa that Lumba ewu echi ene nsensema wodo efremu ba ene Africa to Sanche Tupac na just anamonto obi esefata bia lawyer for nsensem nyama eno ena Tupac response to the Kodan court na bia sa bia no kasele nyame adom yensa ka binti ye bedin na mu nkomo ye nche sanse necessity ye wo nyama bebregu ni mo se tu wana want without wasting much time abusia wo hwe de etwagu wa fie susisi ya we ye ensaman krata no ankasa na ensaman krata no ohun sa abere bia asɛmba na se kokoto a ye wo wo ye plaintiff ya wo na de asɛm court ɛna wo nso a wo na ye defendant a na so respondent a wo na ye do makogina court a ɛwɔ so mbeyi wo no ɛkyerɛ nsemu ɛde ɛkyerɛ court so yenhwem ntempa na ye mo ne tewtew na ye nkomadaroma abusua be kan ho na wa like na wa comment na wa share ama foforo nso anya bi ahwɛ nti wo hwɛ krata no mu sa abere ya wo se bacho me ba wo hwɛ krata no mu sa abere ya a straw na ye plaintiff and as applicant or more nsem na Kodan court no hwe bibi also in the Superior Court of Judicature in the High Court of Justice Kumasi za asem no Kumasi High Court and nti na etwagu wonum sa afa suit number no there's a suit number asem na ye Kodan court no ho adanse ne ade nyina ene wo hono no now first of all first plaintiff and I say the odika wa asem na Kodan court no ye wan fa a corner royal family of Akosua abusia manim se muhu dia a corner royal sakrata we mu na enam so ma krata bia ba kire se free ade so ba fiku Mr. Emeka Madaroma e ko ya na Akosua de kan na no yie ho Kodan court se empo ade so ba fiku ku a kire se eye ona na Akosua wona ye Abusuapanin na sa skrata we nyina about 20-page document eno amu bi na krata bi wo mu a free the Kumasi Traditional Council na ye papa registrar opinion do say and Sasha Sia, which you say, or the making kind to me, person my prim worker master, but then you know, now with a said letter, no, and as an affidavit of response to Tupac file, first plaintiff, a corner royal family of Akosua, using per 8 acting family head, next Abusuapanin on behalf of the corner royal family. Afe, the chance Kumasi any address. Second plaintiff, and also can be on the assembly Kodan court. Ye maame bacho motim voice no ye maame Ernestina Fosu and ye maame Akosua&Brempomaa also the house number na no bomb so Kumasi and after the third plaintiff nipa afi o kan ho bi o di asem Kodan court no third plaintiff no Robert Jemfi that's of Ayapoku asem ye ken on the third plaintiff na nipa of niko gina court de yin no we ye full court document no Victor Kofi Wusu house number AH1111 ebuako Kumasi enti wona sesi a na wo so obeyin nsem wana no nti na ma na Akosua dia no ye ba ya san krata ina wo no enti without wasting much time, abusua, yɛnwura nsɛm no ankasa mu. Nti wohwɛ atifi asɛm no a wɔse affidavit in opposition to application to strike out entry of appearance. Na sɛ wei a na Kofi Wusu ano yi a ɔde kɔɔ sɛ ɔsrɛ court sɛ ɔno deɛ ne nkyerɛmu yi a ɔde ba bɛdan court yɛ ne nkyerɛmu etia nsɛm a abusuapanyin Kwabena Abɛɛfo ne ɛkɔn na abusua no afei yɛ maame Akosua&Brempomaa ɛna afei yɛwɔ fa Yapoku wɔn de abɛdan court sɛ court nhyɛ ɔno Nana Kofi Wusu na wɔn kyerɛ baabi osi Lumba ne nsɛnsɛm ahodoɔ aka na yɛwura mu a affidavit in opposition no deɛ di kan ɔsɛ I na sɛ wɔbɛki declaration sɛ asɛm wɔbɛka nyinaa no ɛyɛ no correct na Tupac ne kasa ɔsɛ I Victor Kofi Wusu Boahen of house number AH-0980-1241 Ebuoko Kumasi make oath and say as follows. Next, we didn't see a can semwa obebosu. They can say, I am the legitimate and duly recognized Abusuapanin, head of family of the corner royal family of Akosua and Suta and deponent here. Next, Nana Kofi Wusu Tupac Eka court say, on Nana Kofi Wusu, on the year Abusuapanin Abusuani Jinitum. One year Abusuapanin or recognize Obi any no Jinitum. Embedema corner distribution a walk Pacoso and into Teco. And after your cars ask me or change in Bimbudia chair course. And some of you all cardiac chair court and say, or say that the fact deposed to hear you now within my personal knowledge and where they are not, they are based on information and belief, and in such instances, I have duly indicated the sources of the information on the grounds of the belief. To what you said, some in some mobile or where the other court, in some mobile or cardiac court to the best of the knowledge. A year only an Kofi Wusu Tupac. On him saying, some more cardiac court in now. A some more no create through. And some more cardiac court in now. And some more, yeah, Mubashu, you're welcome. Now you're all welcome. And Anita, come on, you're all welcome. Then some more was in cardiac court. And through the enemy, then I and some more with him. And then, dear, or no, any awareness, the no one in Kwakano, or the dance here, say, I some more can win us so. At the account will be your cardiac courts are, and I could fuse to park, like I say you. And I thought also be able to say that at the hearing of this application, counsel for the defendant or respondent shall seek the leave of this court to refer to all or any of the processes filed in this suit, if any, as if same had been made a part of this affidavit in support and sworn to an oath. Tell you there be a kind of court now. Say on the court be chance last year. We na be sure say and some wa or the bedan court no. Sa na all pepe. And you na one and mark kwan say yemfa e bedan court one. And tell na confused back. Echim say the chair court. And therefore no be born in some. So the can say that the plaintiff near wine. As somebody you are welcome. As somebody you taking. Pia obey. And the news ya ba we got the next say okay as somebody look what say me pia with the Tupac na. Because we Tupac response or the court in court. As somebody me nyame sa. Okay. And therefore Tupac na be ka say you. Yeah, what trading same in the chair course. Now Tupac say, Yedi kind that the plaintiff or applicant caused a writ of summons and statement of claim to be issued at the registry of this honorable court, and the defendant or respondent is here to file a statement of defense. And Tinana Kofi Tupac, and Eka say, yeah, or say, first of all, or come will be at say. A year plenty of more than some better and courting. One na church and some when you know at the Ababa Dan Kumasi High Court. Now, and I'm sentinel or no respondent, I and Kofi Tupac. I feel not Nanu ye, Eba. And you are the Baina a statement of defense. Yeah, or the Eba and so on. Now, yet was to be more, or just say, yet was to be more say that the first plaintiff, one year first plaintiff, no, Abusuapanin Kwabena Abɛɛfo, and the first plaintiff. I mean, originally on behalf of the corner royal family, it will be a better first plaintiff. Biano. Let's say, Abusuapanin Kwabena Abɛɛfo some and I can. Entian to us way. Or say that the first plaintiff or applicant wrote to my counsel alleging that I have been removed. Okay. I'll say that the first plaintiff or applicant wrote to my counsel alleging that I have been removed. Okay. Was it? That the first plaintiff applicant wrote to my counsel alleging that I've been removed as the head of family of a corner royal family, exhibiting a letter purporting to be ratified by the chief of Akosua, Nana Boakye Amponsa Akosua III, on an unofficial letterhead of the family. Now Tupac kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ abusuapanyin Kwabena Brempomaa ɛtwerɛ de kɔma ɔno Nana Akufo-Addo Tupac lawyers sɛ ɔno Nana Akufo-Addo Tupac yɛyi na firi akonnwa so yɛ a wɔnyɛ abusuapanyin bi mu ɛde ma ɛkoɔ na adehye busua that's Nana Akufo-Addo Tupac ɛna ɛyɛ this allegation ɛsɛ ɛyɛ Nana Kwabena Brempomaa lawyers ɛtwerɛ de kɔma ɔno Nana Akufo-Addo lawyers sɛ ɔno Nana Akufo-Addo Tupac yɛyi na firi akonnwa so yɛ a wɔnyɛ abusuapanyin bi mu ɛna ɔkyerɛ mu sɛ bere Nana Kwabena Brempomaa lawyers ɛtwerɛ krataa de ama ɔno Nana Tupac lawyers no wɔn de krataa bi ka ho krataa a wɔn de ka ho no ɛyɛ krataa ɛyɛ krataa fi Nana Akufo-Addo kyerɛ si bɛ krataa fi Nana Paako so hene hɔ ɛna baabo Nana Wakyerɛ sɛ Akufo-Addo the third ɛna krataa fi ne nkyɛn baabo nten Nana Akufo-Addo ka de akyerɛ court na afei wɔkyerɛ no say same letter is attached to the application and marked as exhibit A. That's Nana Tupac kyerɛ sɛ saa krataa no a Nana Kwabena Brempomaa lawyers twɛ de kɔma ɔno Nana Akufo-Addo Tupac lawyers ɛkyerɛ sɛ yɛyi na firi akonnwa so no Nana Akufo-Addo Tupac ɛde ka ho bi de ba court a ɔde kyerɛ court sɛ saa krataa lawyers na twɛ de ba sɛ sɛsi yɛyi na firi akonnwa so no ebi ɛna etwa gu a ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa na anaasɛ ɔde kɔdan court no ɛna afei ɔtɔ so bi mu na ɔse that Nana Akufo-Addo Tupac na ekyirɛ mu yɛ abusua tie ne yio Nana Akufo-Addo Tupac say that I've never been summoned formally charged with any misconduct heard and same determined to validly remove me as head of family by any competent customary authority of lawful process. Nana Tupac say Tupac kyerɛ sɛ ɔno Nana Akufo-Addo Tupac obiara ɛnsaman ne sɛ ɔmmra mbɛyi nsɛm wa na abusua wey deɛ me report nti as you said this deɛ wa ɔhwɛ me you can access na bibi ayas bibi ti Tupac say ɔka ya kyerɛ kɔ sɛ ɔno Nana Akufo-Addo Tupac obiara nsaman no obiara nsaman ne sɛ ɔmmra na ɔmɛyi nsɛm wa nti obiara nsaman no ɛna obiara nso mfa akɔɔd bibiara mɔ no sɛ watu anamɔ bi a na wɔyɛ bibi a etia abusuapanyin yi a wɔdie no ɛho amammerɛ ne amanneɛ na bi a yɛpɛ bɛbɛ sɛ yɛtie na no asɛm na yɛgyina so deɛ yɛgyina firi akonnwa so Tupac ka kyerɛ court sɛ obiara nsaman no ɛno yɛ baako afei obiara mfa akɔɔd biara mɔ ɔno Nana Akufo-Addo Tupac ɛna afei yɛmfa akɔɔd mɔ no yɛma no kwan sɛ bi a yɛade kɔɔd kora bɔ nti wano yie fabra na bi a ɔno yie aba nyaka sɛ ne ɔno yie ade aba no yɛntie nti yɛyi wɔ firi akonnwa so Tupac sɛ obiara mɔ no kɔɔd ɛno yɛ baako aside sɛ obiara mɔ no kɔɔd no obiara ɛnsaman no ɛma ne nkwa mpanyin anim mesrɛ meka ɛma yɛnka sɛ obi asama ɔde waba nti no kɔɔd wɔde abɔ ni ano yie bɛ na Tupac sɛ biribiara sansi na ɛnam sɛ biribiara sansi nti no ɛbɛyɛ wɔn asɛ obi bɛka sɛ yɛyi na firi akonnwa so ɛwɔ abɛ a yɛma no kwan enti ano asɛm sɛ mpo de kɔɔd bi abɔ na ti that is Tupac na ɛka no saa enti abusua wey deɛ ho sɛm pamada wɔn enti ɛno na ɔkyerɛ mu sɛ amammerɛ mu no ɔka mo obi ate asɛ sɛ ɛnam sɛ saa nneɛma wei nyinaa nkɔɔ so nti no na yɛka sɛ yɛyi na firi akonnwa so a ɔno Nana Akufo-Addo Tupac na ɔgye to mu a ɛnyɛ yie koraa ɔgye to mu a na ɛnyɛ nti na yɛ Tupac asɛm a ɔka ɛno no afei Tupac to aso biem wei nyinaa yɛ Nana Tupac response Nana Akufo-Addo response ɔde akɔdan court no ɛna Tupac kyerɛ mu sɛ that in accordance with customary practices for the determination of family hardship dispute, I petitioned that the DSO Oba paramountcy. But well, let me clarify this. The DSO Oba is paramountcy. The DSO Oba is a division under the Kumasi Traditional Council. And the DSO Oba is not a paramountcy. But the answer be na getting it wrong. Also, your Oba and chieftaincy at an answer Oba me fire your Asante Aseno. Your Asante and Mama Musu. Ya on the year now for about paramountcies. Now for about divisional chiefs, any of the answer about sub-divisional chiefs. Paramountcies, and I said, who year something if you are paramountcies will be any mampon, Jabe, Ejoso, Agona, Berkum, Yanfo, Dia Yan Quanta, Mama, Abna Otine, Mama Sarah Kum, Yanfo, Dia Yan Quanta, Bichim, Miamina Nagogo, any idea, only paramountcies. And I feel, your divisions, and I said divisional chiefs. To the best of my knowledge, that yes, about any paramount, that yes, about a divisional chief under the Kumasi Traditional Council. However, it is also a subdivision under the Jasi division of the Kumasi Traditional Council. And you know the young ones they be now, I was privy to our Ashanti system. Yeah, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. But that yes, why it's not the paramountcy. Make clarify say the better say. I say the better yenkunya money, Madaroma. And you know, that comes to back, say that obiara nsama on wie na ɔka sɛ ɛnam sɛ nti sɛ de amammerɛ ne amanneɛ sitie na sɛ ɛbɛboa na yɛafa amammerɛ ne amanneɛ so ahu deɛ ɔyɛ abusuapanyin ankasa na abusua ho nsɛnsɛm mu aba no yɛbɛtumi awie biribiara na biribiara yɛ asomdwie nti na akɔfo Tupac kyerɛ sɛ ɔde ne nsɛm kɔtoo nananom a ɛwɔ dadeɛ so aba fekuo anim yɛ ɔde ne nsɛm kɔtoo nananom a ɛwɔ dadeɛ so aba fekuo anim amammerɛ ne amanneɛ kwan so dadeɛ so ɔwɔ fekuo a ɛka gyaase fekuo kɛseɛ no wɔ Kumasi Traditional Council ɔde ne nsɛm nyinaa kɔkɔtoo hɔ no na ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɛnam sɛ baako so ɛka dadeɛ so aba subdivision na wɔn ɛka the gyaase larger gyaase subdivision wɔn ti no wɔn mo ɛna ɛwɔ tumi sɛ obetumi aboa na wɔtumi ahwɛ mama bibiara ɛnso ayɛ asomdwie nti akɔfo de nsɛm nyinaa akɔdan dadeɛ so aba subdivision sɛ na nyinaa ɛkɔdu wɔn bi a yɛde mu nkyɛn mu kɔ so no na Tupac kyerɛm sɛ ɛna sɛ dadeɛ so aba subdivision wɔn mo na ɛwɔ tumi na wɔn mo gyina brand yɛte breakers a wɔn bɛtumi ahwɛ sɛ manso a aba ɛfa abusua mu nsɛnsɛm manso a aba ɛde fa paako so deɛ ɔyɛ abusuapanyin deɛ ɔnyɛ abusuapanyin wɔn na bɛtumi aboa ama nteaseɛ aba wɔn na bɛtumi aboa ama pɛpɛpɛ yɛ aba nti na Akɔfo Tupac kyerɛ sɛ ɔde ne nsɛm ɛkɔtoo dadeɛ so aba subdivision na yɛn ntoa so ɔkyerɛ sɛ that upon receipt and response to my petition the dadeɛ so aba paramountcy but anyway ma kyerɛ sɛ dadeɛ so aba nyɛ paramountcy but the one thing na American is but dadeɛ so aba yɛ division under Kumasi Traditional Council not the paramountcy it was said that upon receipt and in response to my petition the dadeɛ so aba paramountcy within the just division of the Kumasi Traditional Council affirmed and confirmed my position as the lawful head of family of the Akosua royal family of Akosua and Isuta by letter dated 21st May 2026. Now to Tupac said, it was your mammy share with and I mean share that whole name. Now to hand, yes. Now to Tupac said, and I'm saying one thing some was it. Then some way be want to know. Or the name some could dine that dear swaba. Jassy, that is all back, Jassy Fikuna. Say, one na wɔn hwehwɛ nsɛm mu no wɔn no na wɔn nkyerɛ mu yie na wɔn te ase esan sɛ si a wɔn na lawyer for kyerɛ sɛ wɔn nya krataa bi a efiri abusuapanyin Kwabena Abrefo kyerɛ sɛ si a wɔn na Akɔfo Tupac wɔnyɛ abusuapanyin bi na mmom abusuapanyin Kwabena Abrefo ɛna yɛ abusuapanyin ɛde krataa efiri na apako so ne wɔn nyinaa ka ho na na Tupac kyerɛ sɛ ɔka de akyerɛ kootu sɛ ɔnte nsɛm wase na ɔpɛ sɛ ohun nokura yɛ ɛwɔ mu nti ɛna nam so a ɔde ne nsɛm nyinaa ɛkɔdan ɛyɛ dadeɛ so aba fekuo yɛ ɛka misrɛmi kama mu so ɛka the Kumasi Traditional Council ɛho anaasɛ ɛka the larger Jazzy fekuo sɛ ɛnam sɛ paako so ɛka dadeɛ so aba fekuo no ho yɛ ɛka the Jazzy fekuo kɛseɛ nyinaa ho no ɔmo mu ano ɔmo nkyɛn mu ma no sɛ ɔno Akɔfo so ɔda so yɛ abusuapanyin anaasɛ ɔnyɛ abusuapanyin biem esan sɛ saa abere yi deɛ krataa sɛ na abere nti Tupac kyerɛ sɛ deɛ nti ɔde ne nsɛm kɔdan ɛyɛ dadeɛ so ɔba fekuo nyinaa ne sɛ na ɔpɛ clarification na ɔpɛ sɛ ɔte nsɛm wase yie na ɔho mu yie sɛ okura saa tumi no asɛ abusuapanyin anaasɛ okura saa tumi no na Tupac kyerɛ sɛ ɛbi ɔde ne nsɛm nyinaa kɔdan ɛyɛ dadeɛ so aba fekuo no dadeɛ so aba fekuo baae ɛbɛkyerɛ mu ɛresponded to the petition no sɛ ɔno na Akɔfo so wɔn na da so yɛ abusuapanyin esan sɛ yɛbɛka dadeɛ so aba krata esan sɛ dadeɛ so aba fekuo tuya na baafo Kofi Atoba mama mu so na yankwada wadaroma tuya na dadeɛ so aba na da fekuo am kyerɛ sɛ sabi to the best of the knowledge na paako so ne na Tupac ɛbɛkyerɛ na no dadeɛ so aba fekuo na o de yɛbɛba krata no so yɛbɛdi mu nkɔmɔ nti yɛn no yɛ nsɛm Tupac ka yɛ kyerɛ kɔ sɛ ɔne nsɛm kɔ da dadeɛ so aba fekuo dadeɛ so aba fekuo kama ne te aseɛ sɛ on Tupac ɔno da so yɛ abusuapanyin nti no so ɛyɛ nsɛm no bi a Tupac ɛde atodwa and afei also be no say that upon receipt and in response to my petition that I so about paramountcy but any paramountcy but you catch it that I so about division within the just division of the Kumasi Traditional Council so that they so about subdivision within the just division of the Kumasi Traditional Council being the competent customary forum okay yeah I was Mr. Monfancham, and from the Kratan is to Shaka, Michelle and Mooney. I say, but upon receipt and in response to my petition, that idea so about paramountcy within the just division of the Kumasi Traditional Council affirmed and confirmed my position as the lawful head of the Akosua royal family of Akosua and Isuta by letter dated 21st May 2026. Enti, sa Kratan na muno, and that idea so about subdivision, the Jazzy fekuo, at the Kratan aba abonten. Krata ye ba abonten no. Or the ba abonten wo busumi num that was what you do back or 15 million you do siam. So the first May 2026. No the ba abonten and say mo and that's about subdivision say mo kan na say on na Kofi Usu and that's why ye Abusuapanin. And okay check court say find attached and marked exhibit 1 that's what this Krata no free na no what that yes so aba feku e buy no ebesom court or the nyina ka check court said ya ese na fata enso so no mo a enya asem keto akra it was akata so kan obi kata na no abede be program chichimchim and I for say copy of the letter from the dear so abahini Bafo Kofi Atobra II confirming my legitimate status as head of family of the Akona royal family of Akosua in Sudan Zakata no Tupac eka ho bi e de ka ho e de break court and I for also been say that prior to the above I had invoked the sacred oath of Asantemai in Tamkesiye Mama Muso against the chief of Akosua and his lineage, including the first plaintiff, or responded that they hail not from the royal family of the Akona royal family until from the royal family, which further customarily preserves my position as head of family of the Akona royal family until the Asantene determines the issue. Tupac say, or Sakwa can check on say, what can't Tamkesiye the Aguna Akosua in so, and Akosua in and name the busu dua but you na ya busu abako but Tupac say what can't Tamkesiye the Aguna Akosua in so ene ne fan nyina say wo mo enya adehye Tupac say na na so what can't Tam the Aguna Akosua in so ntino what people say Tamkesiye no kotokwan ne dudu obiribie ebe hwe ntam no mu no waka mu asem awie na bibia aya asumdwe ntino na bibia bewie ntino o ka e dia check say o that's why ya Abusuapanin opim say a court of competent company said some you kotokwane akoma pa na about 20 obehwe ntam kese no mu nsem waka wi na bibia anu ye beba say Tupac ntam kese no say na no beje to na say ewura no mu nyintum but that's why ya Abusuapanin enti na Tupac ka ya check court or just say find attached and mark exhibit 2 a copy of the letter from Kumasi Traditional Council at Menchia Palace enti Abusuapanin will say find attached and marked exhibit 2 a copy of the letter from Kumasi Traditional Council of Menchia Palace confirming the invocation of the sacred oath of Asantene. So, Oka Otu Fontam, that is the reporter, Oka, the response to it, or the Koda in the Kumasi High Court, and Oka sa, and the actual court said it's here. Okay. Yeah, we should have money to us. I think my tech from the reports in the and Abusua Tupac nature musa e dey atre e court you Tupac nature musa e dey atre court say no o hwe nsem no mu a entam kese no wo na entam kese no na no nyanka ho asem enti no o da so aye Abusuapanin o dey ho dance yi na adan court ha say the city enti o say I say find attached and mark exhibit 2 a copy of the letter from Kumasi Traditional Council at Menchia Palace confirming the invocation of the sacred oath and its implication in preserving my position as head of family for the Akona royal family of Nsuta and Akosua dated 14th May 2026. Tupac say, enam sansem no kwentin. Nensa kakrata e dey free the Kumasi Traditional Council ehonum. Ya HSN ntam kese ehonum. Ya ntam kese ne ntam kese Tupac aka e dey ku ya na Akosua hinso. Ti no so what they can ho because that court. Krata ni na yensa ka bi wa say ya ebedi hu komo. To just say Akata free Menchia Palace, Mr. Mika Kumasi Traditional Council, headquartered at the Menchia Palace by on the 14th of May 2026. And after to Tupac say the principal elders of Akosua and Nsuta, being persons clothed with customary authority over family headship disputes, have deposed to an affidavit that no valid process has been initiated to remove me and I remain the legitimate and recognized head of family for the Akona royal family of Nsuta and Akosua. Tupac say, okay, check court say, Abusua no mo mpanyimfo, ti bi rekese, omo ka bi ewo mo Abusua no mo no. Adehye Abusua wo Akosua Nsuta no. Omo nyina omo na de omo beka ejina wo Abusua no mu, de omo behye ejina wo Abusua no mu. A kire say, omo nyina akobankrom, de omo nsa sekrata ase kire say, sabi amamre ni amane mu. Yen share down fa ni ma bia ngu akomna say yen tu anamon bia ye valid processor e kire say ye Tupac e de na fra kunya so Tupac kire say enam say adehye Nancy what akodan court ni bio na say man panyimfo ene abusuamu panyimfo principal elders na Tupac ka onyam na meka principal elders a ewo pa akoso ni suta ekwo wo mu nyina ko benkron na wo kire say Tupac eda so ye abusuapani na wo kire say up till now me na wo ka say omu nyina do omu sa hye kratas according to Tupac do omu sa hye kratas kire say oda so ye abusuapani ti no okay I check court say ne say dia no oda so ye abusuapani nti wo de yen hwe say yesi kwai Tisana Tupac can. No, what I say, find attachment marked Exhibit 3, a copy of the deposed affidavit by the principal elders of Akosua and Suta of my affirmation as head of family. But Tupac say, or the criteria be a can work on 9 quarter. A yebusiamu and penifobia more Akosua and Suta. You just almost ask a cratasi. Said Tupac and a yebusia penny. You be do ye can and I was actually able to Tupac say that I continue to perform all required roles, duties and responsibilities as head of family of the Akosua royal family without any restrictions or impediment whatsoever. Tupac say, "Oka mo biati, oka chima mama saying that to say, all the that's why you busi apeni. The answer that's why you busi apeni no. Also oto akoso na odi ni juma. Also oto akoso na ni juma di bia odi anamonto bia otu no. Oye ne sa ediko ekopema bi sanse sabi that's why you busi apeni. I said you hunu no that's why you busi apeni obia enyi no emfre akonya so. Said the city into the dance ni bi abedan court. Yeah, enya sem kujo kra. And of Tupac Sakaya check court to be him say that the High Court Accra suit number GJ/0943/2025 on 14th May 2026 delivered a ruling requesting the plaintiff therein, Abusuapanin Kofi Wusu, to amend all court processes and join the first plaintiff respondent hearing to judiciary determine the capacity of the first plaintiff as a head of family of the Akosua royal family of Akosua and Suta. Tupac say and some queer work High Court. Yeah, no far say celebration of life for na ebusuafo person omo ye maame Abusuapanin&Family ne of Ayapokunu person omo ye edema Lumba na Tupac de court say ompene mo omo nya no o say no kra na Accra High Court e ka so na Tupac say omo nko amende na rate of sermons or the bar court no said ye be ya ye de na Akosua for Abusuapanin for di asempa e be kan obi ti so Tupac e ka check court say asem kra Accra High Court e ka so na Tupac I don't know nje no so ka e de atre amansa. And after yes, it was him. And Tupac can say, Tupac can say that the allegation that the first plaintiff or respondent is the lawful acting head of family is therefore disputed, unresolved, and sub judice before the High Court. Tupac say, Okada chair Accra High Court say, it is a conversation. Abusuapanin before chair cut out the Benign course. That's what Jim said. On the year Abusuapanin, or Tupac there, or you money. The end of Tupac, or you when say, says, yeah, tell an Akosua before and a Abusuapanin as on Abusuapanin. Or say, court, that's why a shame while we go to one month. Yeah, court, and for conclusion beyond my. It's a court, young for conclusion beyond my dear. Now or no, Nana confuse Tupac. Or can I check court say, there be. The argument said, Abusuapanin before the asempa. And a Abusuapanin argument be anyone. It is debatable according to Nana confuse Tupac character or the Akosua dying. Accra and the Kumasi High Court Madaroma. The affidavit of response no. Now affidavit of defense or the Kodan Court no sound okay. And the actually Kumasi High Court. And after yet was be more. Now go say catcher court to say. I say that my counsel on record has also never acted for the plaintiffs in their personal capacities, nor entered into any solicitor-client relationship with them at any time in which they received confidential information. Do I say? I am not confused to Tupac. The client here Kolendi a law firm. Ene one yakan. Woman to an amombia and yejubedie bia my plaintiff no. On the says some of court no. Bakwa akwa kodu court ne say. Eye abusuafo chere say a lawyer for omugina mu ede man confused with court. The ya maame Fatiali yala I mean me chere Baba Jama and Associates. Ebe ya ka court and Jones there be more entusiasm among you because a maybe yes, only lawyer for the Mebusian. Says, yeah, so now we are lawyer for the Mebusian. Tupac, how much as a Tupac in Abusuapanin beam. Tell us Tupac any Abusuapanin beam. Any coin said, Muko Janachi, because we are lawyer for the Mebusiana. Aye, that brand of who didn't with the Mebusiano. But the more individually, I'm found Tupac. The Tupac, how much I said, the Tupac in Abusuapanin beam. One is out to me and say, mo say akodi dem say mo ya lawyer for edema Tupac because abra mo ya lawyer for dem abusua no ebia na mo hu abusua no nsemu ebia emre mu no mutu na mo bebe dem abusua no na mo benya saa apa bi na nyame ampata kira bi na no be di monim ama mo de etu ana mo bi e de akọ favor na akọfu su Tupac ndi na say conflict of interest bebe na conflict of interest be mu saa enkobo anti sadia omo sere eye the Kumasi High Court say on share lawyers no na omo twe omo free instance ti no say ensem bi a yi na edi one dance say eye the plaintiff and I say yes the plaintiff yam Abusuapanin kọbra na ekwana de shibusuya no yam ame Akosua&Brempomaa of fire come de koda in court na na akọfu su twem sa said there be the lawyers no na say the client the lawyers no omo ntu na mo bia emfama eye plaintiff si ya account no yen say what package him and after was a twem bi said that in previous proceedings before the High Court, Kumasi and Accra, the second and third plaintiffs were adverse parties against the Kwana royal family of Akosua and Tuta and were represented as opposing litigants. To Tupac say, and some of the will be a Edike Akosua or High Court, Kumasi and kind. A year second and third plaintiff, second plaintiff near Waya, I mean check your second plaintiff no, a yama me Akosua&Brempomaa. And after third plaintiff no so Waya, third plaintiff no. Aye of fire poku. Na Tupac say, and some of the people come can can once and answer some of the can court or can once maybe. Ye ma me Akosua&Brempomaa. And afi aye of fire poku. Na wo mu gina no mu gina say wo mu ne abusua no person kwa de abusua no person. Enti no and e kro mo ka ya che court say. Some maybe some of the Akosua na Kumasi High Court ni Accra High Court. Ye ma me Akosua&Brempomaa of fire poku were opposing the family. But the lady one dance say and somewhere back Kumasi High Court you can cause okay and them say any more say because some me Akosua did say but that court say I will jam my memo no ni kun that Lumba yi nyame dia na the next of kin the court man to me say the be obit na to na yi ni ade bibia and a court cast that be I can inform me na Abusuapanin na was out to me no and okay Accra High Court the court so na fast say if I want say you can injunction ye ma me Akosua&Brempomaa of fire poku no na do man mama chana ne woni aka na de court ekọ na wọkọ pese anga court nfa tabo ntu na akọfu so be ya wo mu nyi that number mu no mo Tupac mo nko ye yi a court yes wa dia to a ekire about say 2 hours time court yes wa sakra wa vary judgment no within 2 hours Abusuafo nko tua 20 billion stikata da na 2 million Ghana cedi for Tupac sanse wo so aboka 20 billion yes ade a omo nko ye na yi Tupac say of ya poku ne ma me Akosua&Brempomaa some time back omo apposi the family previous law cases ahodo a Akosua and want to know so yense more Tupac cardiac check course now yento also be more say that the plaintiffs have also not identified and particularized any specific confidential information allegedly obtained by my counsel that could be used to their prejudice. And the Tupac say on say bian say ye maame maka say Abusuafo say e be a court en sha lawyer for no ye omo jemu de ma Tupac so omo ntwe omo free nsem no mu any kwan say any kwan so omo jemu de ma Tupac na Tupac say lawyer for a oka omo asem which is Baba Jama and associate law firm omo ntu anamo bia Abusia madam say which is Baba Jama law firm omo ntu anamo bia on fama aye plaintiff si enti ensem bia ne wa yesuma asem a efamre mu a efa plaintiff hu a omonim na nti ometimi e de akogina court e de asoreti amama bia yebu asaneti am eti bibia ase ne wa no so yensem a eye na akọfu su Tupac ni se won de kodan court na oka e de aka ho and afi wo chimbi no oka se that have been advised by my counsel okay mention was say o chimbi no oka se that I have believed that have okay that I have been advised and verily believe same to be true that the status of head of family for the Kwana royal family of Akosua and Tuta has customarily been confirmed by a lawful customary authority. Do you say on the only no what they say? I heard say more Akosua na kata free that yes over some division of the Jase, division of the Commercial Traditional Council aba say on na Akosua na ye Abusuapanin. Now for chem say kata be free registry of the Commercial Traditional Council aba. Actually say oh entankase o yenken 178 on na Akosua Tupac. And that's ye Abusuapanin. On there or kata check court say did ye pass or one uncle to pack on that's year with your penny. Yeah, it was your penny for a quantity and sign to pack and I can say, and tea. As says, I'll be a year, a mambrani and money mu. Mremu, a mambrani and money mu, a year, a body and as institution, which is the Justice Subdivision. I'll be confirming what I see with your penny there. Na Justice Subdivision, I that yes, or bad division. I'll be confirming, say, to pack that year with your penny, and that's what you say, or no, or that's year with your penny. Yet, you be anyone today and send me to pack a camp at their chair course. And after what was being say that the present application is speculative and premised solely on the unproven, contested, and unrecognized assertion that the first plaintiff is head of family of the Konaria family of Akosua and Sutan. Was say, okay, I check what say. Ekobasa, then ye say, I'll told you say, ye was your pain of floor, ye in the floor, you was your pain. I say, acquire adventure, acquire someone, you pay a drain a yomusa. Not any in us will be a Ewobremu. Say, or no, Nana Kofi Tupac when you was your pain beam. Nana Kofi Abe from a year was your pain. Tupac's there be. On you to Musa. And I force it was being what him say. That have been advised by counsel, and I verily believe same to be true, that disqualification of counsel is an exceptional remedy which requires proof of a real and not speculative conflict of interest involving false representation or risk of misuse of confidential information. It was say a year Abusuapanin allege say, and that's almost a court and share a lawyer for no one Tupac lawyers no one free. Only saying that so be any work as here, say, be a lawyer for no, or my compromise, and as a lawyer for no, one more conflict of interest be one 7 I was a court bit making so, only a court bit making so you from there be. The only you share 7 and 7 cost now. Say, argument amount for any lawyer for you now. Acquire speculative. I said, if you know how much you almost I said, you need to so be but I have been yes, as not to pack account. You are just saying, I saw that dance here be anywhere, I don't see a bit to me, court original say a lawyer for example the Tupac no want me them from man be you know say Tupac and somebody accord in court said I see it here that is one of the issues okay at the actual court Tupac na can say and after Tupac say to also be him say that I have been advised and believe same to be true that there is no conflict of interest the Tupac say or come will be at say na lawyer for to no fo na also the nsem tutun sani ani a o se sanity akroje say the Ghana mra city say sanity akroje say the Ghana man city say ono na Kofi Tupac o ka wo bia te say atinye bia ne manso bia ni o bentime wase bia ni wonom efa de wa ya Abusuapanin ana say de onya Abusuapanin ho afenya no nko a efa na lawyer for titiro na lawyer for ensem wa ye kan wase Tupac say o ka wo bia te without any contradiction, say, a lawyer for the man, which is in this case, Baba Jama, a law firm, a lawyer for the man, and say, conflict of interest be any one. Yeah, I dance here be anywhere, Chelsea be a lawyer for Jinamu at the man, now, one more age number the man or court. I say, a Boko hard in a bit tia, and I say, bit tia, Mamma, money will be a anti. It was a court, Emma, a lawyer for the sea of coins, a moment from man. Or carry check was with you, or say, not dreams, I know who yanti, court and tea sama. Tupac being no chim said. Tupac being all carry check court be himself. Wherefore, I swear to this affidavit in good faith in opposition to the plaintiff's application. To say, and someone was doing that, and someone who not confused Tupac and Waka. Now, I can't yes, we are kind of terasa, and someone I can't him say, a young create to do now, sir, court to say. Court and moi, Nanka, and Tom Cossa. We and someone now confused Tupac. Edi akwa dan court sabre e fancy se ma do aben and also so a cheche ma so until or the exhibit be account sabre exhibit and ram de ba ko beto money that is quarter free sabio ba for that yes aba abom wasna na ho e buy okay enti exhibit na be no in the superior court of judicature and the high court of Kumasi and o cheche ma na o che say exhibit how do the account exhibit ba kwa na ko fusu de kodan court the kind exhibit 1 na ye copy of letter from the Abusuapanin paramountcy confirming my status. But Medicare Trim said that Abusuapanin is not a paramountcy. That Abusuapanin is a division. But they are not privy to the Abadian Trims are in per se being a man. The Abusuapanin is a division under the Commercial Traditional Council and the head of the Jase subdivision, which is the Abusuapanin subdivision of the Jase the largest jazz division of the Kumasi Traditional Council of the Ashanti Kingdom. Or the Kratel Free that yes about subdivision echo court. After or sign so the Kratel Free Kumasi Traditional Council. And what I will say, Kumasi Traditional Council, as between the Kumasi Traditional Council at Menchia Palace, that's what they mentioned. I'll be women say, hey, I say, Tupac. Tupac, you heavy. I say, Kumasi Traditional Council Act, I was mentioning about the count. So what I said, they will be able to say, Kumasi Traditional Council at Menchia Palace confirming the invocation of the sacred oath and its implication in preserving my position as head of family. And also, yeah, somebody be at Tupac, Edeka Hua. Or they a court said they are etie one of the watch their chair court said and yansem ketua or say or no the sabi krata you free Kumasi Traditional Council no so the American saka now enra yamiadom me the Kumasi Traditional that is that yes about the end by now Kumasi Traditional Council is part of the economy and I for say or say the exhibit tell that is because or the dance here be na come court exhibit 10 or say a copy of exhibit from principal elders of the Akosua royal family of Akosua and Institute said no, a dance yawodoa and also free the Safo Martin I see other Roma. A dance yawodoa a free a year to purchase a Abusuapanin and Family no in a carbon. Or the one Sasha Kratasi. Yeah, or the one Sasha Kratas, once a walking and said Tupac. A year Abusuapanin. So that is Tupac in account. I know the bra. Abusuafoɔ wɔn tena to park no so Abusuapanin mpanyinfoɔ na bi na ehyia mu wɔ hɔ a okay na kwa ɔyɛ announcement ada na ɔyɛ announcement sɛ yɛtu to park no ɔn na yɛ awɔnya ɛkɔn na de hyɛ busua no ɔmo Abusuapanin ana ɔsɛ bi fi sua ne adeɛ bai but Tupac so kyerɛ sɛ dɛbi abusuafoɔ no mu mpanyinfoɔ bi so aka abo wɔn kyerɛ sɛ ɔno to park ɔn na yɛ Abusuapanin enti ɔka ɛde akyerɛ amansa nyinaa ɛsɛ ɔno Nana Kofi wo so to park abusua no mu mpanyinfoɔ aka abo mu a ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ ɔno ɛna ɛyɛ Abusuapanin ɛnso ɛwɔ hɔ nom a ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa nti that is it Tupac yɛbɛka nsa adanse nyinaa wɔ hɔ nom ɛwɔ hɔ nom a ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa koraa na afei ɛno da nkyɛn abusua what again afei exhibit 4 wɔkyerɛ sɛ copy of the interim ruling of the High Court Accra that others plaintiff or applicant to be joined to a pending suit to determine head of family of Akosua in Sudan. Tupac kyerɛ sɛ but adanse a wɔde bebree na aka wɔ akɔdan court adanse yɛ di kan first exhibit no ɛyɛ sɛ krataa fi na na dɛdɛ so aban na hɔ second exhibit no ɛyɛ Kumasi Traditional Council krataa fi wɔ aba yɛ a ɛkyerɛ sɛ ntam kɛseɛ wɔ hɔ no nanam sɛ kɔtɔkɔne sɛbi yɛ woka yɛwura ntam kɛseɛ a na yɛnya nka mu asɛm nti wɔn kyerɛ sɛ krataa fi Kumasi Traditional Council no nso aba odi ho adanse yɛde akyerɛ amansa afei okay enti ɛno nso yɛ baako ɛna afei deɛ ka ho biem yɛ affidavit a ɔkyerɛ sɛ free na Tupac kyerɛ sɛ efiri abusua no mu mpanyinfoɔ bi ɔno nso aka abɔ mu a ɔmo nyinaa akɔ bɛnkom sɛ ɔmo de krataa yɛ aba abɔnten ɛkyerɛ sɛ Tupac ɛda so ɛyɛ Abusuapanin enti yes ɛno nso yɛ kakra yɛ wɔde ɛto gya nti yɛnhwɛ affidavit no anaasɛ exhibit na adanse ahodoɔ a Tupac kyerɛ sɛ wɔde aba abɛdan court no na yɛmfa ne nyinaa nso mu nsɛm ɛne emu nkyɛn mu abusua mi ba okay so let's look at krataa no pa Akosua deɛ no ɛwɔ hefa I mean dadeɛ so aba deɛ no Mr. Meba I think say we yɛ dadeɛ so aba deɛ abusua mpakyɛ Meba we yɛ dadeɛ so ɛyɛ blɛ papa nti na ma nhyɛ ahwehwɛni wɔ yi a asɛm bɛba madara mɛgu nti na ma hyɛ lens because na me blɛ pa I was struggling to get there okay yeah enti let's stick to any kind dadeɛ so aba deɛ ɛyɛ very blɛ pa nti bebree hɔ ebi kura mu why ɛyɛ very blɛ pa bebree hɔ mu so me but that's so bro now me hyɛ we nyinaa akwa store me hu nie but who say ya trade dadeɛ so aba palace mami bi say be abusua madaroma obehu ne enie and who say ya trade dadeɛ so aba palace na mami nkyerɛ mu yi na yɛnte ase ayɛ enquiry a na kofu Tupac ɛkɔyɛ petition de kɔyɛ no ɛna nanom responde yɛ so ayɛ petition a Tupac ɛde kɔ na nanom a ɛwɔ dadeɛ so aba fiku anim sɛ o asɛm sei da aba Then I'm sa asem say ya bent no menti me ho ase. Na no mo amwo da de so abafiku. Momboa me na menti ase. Esan say me lawyer for nya kata say etuma frekunya so. Enti it wasn't like say be a prekopena that so abafiku etwe kata e de ba e de bi. Na mom de ebeto odwane say eye nananom eye nanato kofu Tupac na twede call say ensem say na ba on tia say nananom mo ano na wo ndom ni ntremu ni ntia say de be obete nsem wase. That's how come nananom e wo da de so abafiku so de ano ye ba. Enti eye enquire Tupac here and how response free de so abafiku ba. Ba bi ho eye blay but my main try na main kin kan kakra me no. Or say and say enquiries about Tupac and come out the buy and nananom de ano ye but not say Abusuapanin Kofi Usu Boy was nananom e wo da de so ba. Yeah, na da de so ba yan nsa hyase. And o trim say Abusuapanin Kofi Usu Boy was formally introduced by Nana Boachian Ponsa Akofo Ban III, Chief of Akosua, before that the Abusuapa subdivision within the Jase division of the Kumasi Traditional Council in accordance with the customs, traditions, and best practices of Asante. I'm trying to say, Nana Kofi Usu Tupac, Nana Akosua, Nana Boachian Ponsa Akofo Ban so. No culture, nanu me word that so Abafiku say on the year Abusuapanin. Enti afa ye nto aswe. Ana mo sade ye no culture na Akosua ne nanu Tupac culture that so Abafiku. Said ye amamre ne amani city nti. Ena nanu mo a ewo that so aba fiku. Na Akosua ne nanu Kofi Tupac e culture mo said ye Asante amamre ne amani city. Now fe ena wo to aso na wo chem say the Akosua stool falls under the customary jurisdiction and authority of the Abusuapa subdivision, presently headed by Bafo Kofi Odobroni II. Tinanam chem say, "Eya Akosua okunya no. Eka the Abusuapa fekuo ya ehye Jase fekuo kese no mu ewo Kumasi Traditional Council. I don't think nana kwan so anu say, Nana Akosua hene ede Nana Kofi Usu Tupac ekwa ebeba be kire nanamu a ewo the Abusuapa subdivision say, Abusuapanin ni foforo a waba ene Nana Kofi Usu Tupac. Tene kwan so ano say Nana etu sa na mo. Ano so yense ne bi odetutwa. And after what was be what say. Further, the Abusuapa subdivision is aware that Abusuapanin Kofi Usu Boy heard. Okay, I blend mon fanche madam. I say further, the Abusuapa subdivision is aware that Abusuapanin Kofi Usu Boy has invoked the sacred oath in Tamkesie of Otumfo say to the second via something in Mama Muso against Nana Boachian Ponsa Akofo Ban III, Chief of Akosua, regarding the chief's illegitimacy to the stool. Nana Boachian Ponsa Akofo Ban III, Chief of Akosua. Okay, Ochim say, now there's about Fikun, so omo ya aware, omo nimpa say, Nana Akosua hene. Say, Nana Kofi Usu aka, kotoko hene ntam, edi agunu so say, onye this year, na so aka ntam di agunu so a challenge oji echinye ewo Nana Akosua hene na deshisemu ye nti ema na kwanya mo otimi di akwanya Tupac aka kotoko hene ntam kese e de agunu so dinana mo what that say Abafiku che say omunim say bibi sa honom ye ntam kese awdo ya ye kan ewo honom na that say Abahin chimbi we na ye nsema Tupac ya kodan court no na sa krata efri that say Aba ananom subdivision ho ya na that say Abahin nsa hyase and odi aka ho bia odi akodan court na another say Abahin chim say Nana Boachian Ponsa Akofo Ban III, Chief of Akosua, regarding the chief's legitimacy. Okay, yeah, it was Nana Boachian Ponsa Akofo Ban III, Chief of Akosua, has not denied or challenged the sacred. Okay, I asked him the character here very well. Say, I mean to also say, Nana Boachian Ponsa Akofo Ban III, Chief of Akosua, has not denied or challenged the sacred oath to date. In Tiomucha say, Ebesina Menoka say. Eye Nana Akosua hene entam kese ya Tupac ekadigu no so ye kotoko entam kese ya Nana Akosua hene en deny anase on challenge entam kese ya eye ye Nana Kofi Usu Tupac eka edigu Nana Akosua hene so ti we ye krata ba for ya so ba hene dia kodan court na bi e na wo chechire musa e na afi wo chirim bi no wo ka se more importantly, under settled Asante customary law and practices, where an invocation of the sacred oath of the Asante remains unchallenged or undenied as pertains in the present instance, just say or carry a check what say I was Santiama many and Santiama news. Say beto dwa say kotokwa ne ntam kese atofom na yemfa mo so yenye nwachinye anase ye ntu ho anamon a na hanom na echem say aspect said ye tie wo na pa akoso hene na bo champo so kofo ban ye otoso miensa e na afei eye na kofi usu Tupac ensensemi e na da just ban echem say e ko ba sa dia na bo champo so kofo ban the na pa akoso hene lacks the customary authority or jurisdiction to remove Abusuapanin Kofi Usu as head of family of the Corner Royal Family of Akosua and Isuta, pending the final determination of the issues arising from the said invocation. Enti, another just about the card chair, Kofi Usu Tupac chair say. And I'm saying, Tam Kessi no Hona, Sabi and Apacosin, Onyan Famoso, na yehu die yehu anamo ayetu, anase na mamu anamo wutu misemi kentima. Ekobasa, enye na pa akoso yin according to na that so ban kate any say to me say obeka say we na that so ban na Kofi Usu Tupac e na frɛ konya so and am saying tam kase no ho ya yen ka ho asem enbi and afi what was we no che say e je say entam kase na ye ka ho asem no ya ka ho asem ebi and say na montu bi aka betimi ato aso na that so ban ka won ka tem say therefore Abusuapanin Kofi Usu remains the legitimate head of family for the Corner Royal Family of Akosua and Isuta. It is a sanity there. Now, there is one carry check court say Abusuapanin Tupac. Eda so ye Abusuapanin. Ede map Akosua and Isuta a corner distribution. It we a crata. Now that there is one tray. Ede a man na Kofi Usu Tupac. Yeah, na Kofi Usu Tupac and so. Ede can na dance ye ho. Yeah, what the akwa PM e wo court. Nti ene ye baako. Afei another one a crata. A free Kumasi Traditional Council. Where exhibit na be. Another one a character a free Kumasi Traditional Council and so by yeah no so nsem we mu na say all the yento aso ma hwese me hu no so am fa so na yenti ase na fa yemfa shoni na mmerbe ye na bibia ento aso Kumasi Traditional Council so character e wo hemfa I think say okay ati awuzia we Kumasi Traditional Council a character yeah no so odi aba bonten na nyina efa ensensen we na nti we nyina ya dance ya wodo Tupac e de call court wa or the ekudi dance. This one is from the Kumasi Traditional Council and to Serwaa onzi atwe Kumasi Traditional Council Mensia Palace said the city and for him say that's a rejoinder formal inquiry regarding the substantive head of the Corner Royal Family. Let's not forget nyina Tupac na twe call say open to Tupac and a twe call that yes waba subdivision. And Tupac na answer trade call Mensia Palace. A trade call Mensia Palace Kumasi Traditional Council. A trade call registrar. Lawyers, 2 lawyers na trade call. Enti na omo address it to Fati Ali Yala, yeah lawyer, Baba Jaman associate, Tupac lawyer. To where I say was Fati Ali Yala. Esquire ne din no ehase ono. Enti yento as was say formal inquiry regarding the substantive head of the Corner Royal Family of Akosua and Isuta. Next, enquiry nchemu an ye hwe e dey afa de oye Abusuapanin e dey ma e corner distribution ye wo Akosua and Isuta e corner. Emu nchemu ni mu anamontu nyina e nanom e dey esum amansan. Did I say reference is made to your letter dated 28th April 2026 and numbered BJA/KTC/2804/2026, of which same is acknowledged as received. And I'll say, respectfully, the registry has no official records of the substantive Abusuapanin of the Corner Royal Family of Akosua and Isuta. The registry of the Kumasi Traditional Council say, only records be yeah, efa the oye Abusuapanin, a substantive Abusuapanin, edema the oye Abusuapanin, edema a corner adisibusia, ye wo Akosua and Isuta eko. There be omunim the oye Abusuapanin. I maybe have no records, but I'll show you say. However, the registry is aware of the invocation of the great oath in Tamkesie of Otumfo said to the second or something by one Kofi Usu Boahin, claiming to be the Abusuapanin against the chief of Akosua, Nana Boati Amponsa Okofo by the third, which is before the Dajeso about subdivision within the Justice division of the Kumasi Traditional Council. Registrar, as a secretary, Register of Command Traditional Council, Yapa, Ora, Kwame, to say, my HM say, only records of the substantive Abusuapanin the quantity of Parkus Institute. And so, woman him say, Sabio, and Tam Kessie be out of form. Yeah, you're Cotocoin Tam Kessie. Yeah, and Tam Kessie, no, a opinion be a friend, say, Kofi was wine, so they would one Kofi was wine. Yeah, or just say, on the year Busuapanin, or claim say, said your chair. Or claim say, and as much as on the year Busuapanin, my quantity of Parkus. And it's to tell. Now, Omunim said, Santam Cassiano, or that is about Fiku, yes, just Fiku Cassiano, a honum, said the Mamma Manisty. Etienam Santino, as such, to the determination of the invocation of the great oath, the status quo of the respective parties remains. To what you say, and I'm saying, once traditional council registrar, I just say, even though Omunim, the Oya Busuapanin, substantive Busuapanin by quantity distribution, the moment you are aware, say, and Tam Kessie be out of form. Yeah, Tam Kessie no. Onipa bi a your friend say Kofi Usu Buan. And I watch and I say what kasa am tam no. E dey ato na na pa akoso ene so. Na sa be kura no omonim say okay, I was ya and me number na mo face na am dey show no ho. Me say me wo fa all Canada. Of our community represent ko face show so. We dey me fa number for to da. Because number na ya na mo face na am dey show no sabre. Because of saying I challenge kakra we had that phone so. And if indeed the business officer of Frau, if a number for no first so, now do I get trouble. Number I'll be to me a friend, as is no. A 0543 547065. The plain number no comment section. Number with me a friend is no 0543, a different number from a number there be I am office on Madaroma. When I need this streaming show no. And you bet me a friend, it's a different number so Madaroma. Yes. 0543 547065 0543 547065. Open so fra number with me afresh so 0543 547065 0543 547065 0543 547065. With me afresh so now do again chair aba said yes send the fatanya kin kama let me be and so I assume yes my pin number no our comment section one 2% of fra I mean you wait me after our number so now do again share aba na ya yet kama let me be and so assume on yeah 0543547065 indeed when you saw commerce registration council municipal police HRS divine charity be dance mama George now say mama be dance pa no message or the Abakojo Williams you all welcome say be ekoso kama divine charity obende na entrain su so no ntimi hu ni ye na was be share spectacles na making kan because na me hu ni ye kura me hu ni ye so ha madarama and there was able to me afre now the comment aba say the offer me offer all Canada me so person offer number na there be afre us na this stream live nti wait me afre number na ma pin on comment section no 0543 547065 offer me pick na tie dia person oka madarama enti no. This is a letter, a free registrar of the Commercial Traditional Council or by. Yeah, not in several walking in and say. Even though only the substantive Abusuapanin the mother corner royal family of Parkus Institute, but I want him say, Cotocoin Tam Cassie be out of form. And Tam Cassie not out of form. And your penny be a friend say, or penny Victor Kofi was wine. One like Cassantam Cassian. Now, only says Antam Cassian, and that's why one up Parkus and not that yes, what about Fiku. Oh yeah, you're right. But for that, so buying it and it down. And then what you say, copy him say, and Tam Cassian, I'm very sure I'm a home baby. It's all the body of the family. Okay, we'll be bound, man. So, okay, hello, over. Over, Aquaba. Okay. One person say, but say, okay, after them, it's but you say, whatever, man. Oh, and yes, offer, whatever, man, yes, okay. And yes, over. Okay. Okay. Mm. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so mm-hmm. Okay. Mm. Aha, Tupac. I no correct. Okay. Okay. I got some more. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. I got some more. Mm-hmm. Okay. No correct. Mm. I and yeah, no correct. Okay. Oh, I want to. I. No correct. No correct. No correct. Mm. Uh, yeah, unyan challenge. Yeah. Some more. Mm. Yeah. Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. No correct. No correct. Yeah. I have some more. I have drink. I have drink. Aha, yeah. I inquiry some quiet. And you say, yeah, or my declared about that. Tupac not a quiet inquiries, not the lawyers. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. I would say really, and really, I would say what I'm saying. But that's it. Wow. But that's it. I asked him more. Me about you. Me about you. Nyame council. Okay, bye. Representative, and also yeah, kakra, yeah, if you had mobile your fine, like I said, all the way from Canada, I love that doing Chaba. Yeah, France, somehow do yeah, Ecos, no, never can say but we have other stuff to do, and the very wrap up in no time. But says yes, all the kind one update Abba, any of their son, update Abba, and he said, now who's response for the Kodan court, and what church in my church in MY demon command. Now, in the third response, or the Kodan court, no, I was let's not forget, say, or can some be break down. And including in some of kind, and some of the exhibits are what they call the Kumasi High Court. And some of these exhibits, one is a letter from the Menchia Palace. One of the exhibits is a letter from the Menchia Palace. You use the registrar of the Kumasi Traditional Council, Papa and Sasha here. Yeah, Oshim said, even though he's not aware of the substantive family head of the Kona royal family of Akosua and the Sutekor, he understands, say, there is an invocation of the great oath of the king of the Ashanti Kingdom one. By one Kofi Usubuan, that's Tupac, and a fat Nana Kofi Tupac, and a cancer antam. Now, what him say, and I'm saying, Tam Kase, as such, so the determination of the invocation of the great oath, the status quo of the respective parties remains. Now, say, Kofi him say, and Tam Kase, and I hear one, you better show who did it here no. Ubia, Diblebi Ukrainian, at a base. There's a letter, but let's not forget, say, inquiries at Tupac lawyers no, koye court. Inquiries at Tupac lawyers no koye and a man this response. So first of all, Tupac lawyers no, the character could done that yes, so about say, oh, your client no, you just see a tuna freak so. Into yes, sir, and I'm on my use the city. Say the city no crank say we say your client will see Abusuapanin and mamma and I say on your Abusuapanin and that's what about freak to another that's what buying the character about say. Or that's why Abusuapanin because on some person there. And now, do a character where that's ya. Osha see on that baby Kwasi Traditional Council or more official crest bona. Osha see on the chair Fati Ali Yala Esquire, Baba Jaman Associates, legal consultants, solicitors and advocates. Next and correct. So character where one it was a response to the inquiry at Tupac Nile Square, you say. Or that's so Abusuapanin and so on so Abusuapanin. Interesting times ahead. And after another one outside the camp, medical can say, Wako Abusuafo di bia, almost the woman says she secret as she say, oh, Tupac and that's your Abusuapanin. She knows what the same exhibit in a can be. Yeah, watch it in the more as Abusuan, and Yansam Ketokra. On that slide, no, remember, on that slide, no, on that slide, and okay, remember, Abusuan was, and then wrap up the show, nothing, a with the Akebia, and so, and to us. And there are some members of the family who are almost so early character about one teacher say, okay, it's a way from Pony, away. There was also a corner royal family who go on one. Next, that is it. A corner royal family. Okay. And see, also a corner royal family and a honor. There's in that say some members of the family who use a corner royal family, a letter than the chair character. Yeah, family members, you almost some of the principal elders of the family. No matter what can I eat yawa. Almost one can say, almost the only can will be out to say Tupac. And that's why Abusuapanin. So here, Sasamina and smart party could or say declaration of the principal elders of the corner royal family of Akosua and Suta, affirming the continued recognition of Abusuapanin Victor Kofi Usubuan. And say Abusuafo no be visual cabo which say, almost area of family. Set to pack na Abusuapanin. We and some to pack the Kodan course. And watch it in Simba Brain. In some of they say, we the undersigned principal elders in Penufo. We the undersigned principal elders in Penufo of the Corner Royal family of Akosua and Suta, being members of the body customarily recognized and vested with authority in matters affecting the leadership and welfare of the family, do hereby jointly declare and affirm as follows. Next, Abusuafo ni bi say, almost kabo mu amuna can someone Odobroni say omunya na ditum yo makoba nkrom say the tibia sa na tie omo ya atwen. Did you say that under the customs, traditions and usages of the Equana royal family of Akosua and Suta, the principal elders constitute the recognized body responsible for advising, consulting upon, approving and participating in matters concerning the nomination, selection, installation, recognition, discipline, and removal of the head of family. So I say, one more almost actually na year corner this we assume do ever say the out trip out. But if it's a letter and answer response from Mama Akosua Serwaa of Ayapoko ni Mama Abusuapanin now be say na be bias now then. But Tupac say one year carry out trip out. Obviously among us we do say not you. Tupac a response of the Kodan court year kind there. So trip out say. But Mama Akosua Serwaa for press release me about na me America. So do be tag me say na me PR. That's what me with it. Oh, it be too much. I didn't have any branch. What did you do? That's what I do. Whatever I'm there, okay. Yeah, to us. Abusuafo for say, omo ye abusuafo. Yeah, omo ye abusuanu mpanyifo. Let's not forget. On the same day omo share mu, Parkos no. Na ye abusuanu mpanyifo na koshia mu. Ebi no free awanya, ebi no free pecheche, ebi no free Sutan nkwa do aka. And as say, benya some members of the family so omo share the same things o da bi. Omo ko benko na Tupac. And that's ye abusuapanin. enti omo say omo de omo hwe abusua na mamre ne amane se de osie won niema ekwa de shibusua se osie won niema nyina ne ade a womo abusua no mu mpanyefo principal elders a womo aka bom na omo ye principal elders omo hwe se omo tu abusua no fo womo ka bom hwe se womo bibia kire abusua no eso a ye ba omo nche de omo de afutuo no omo adwenkyere no bibia ba ana afei womo na hwe se bibia fa abusua no ho a omo be nominate se ye be yi dishibrantie edna si akonya so ye be dishibrantie na ye na si akonya so se abusuapan no womo na ekura tumi no omo tu sa na mo edna maka mo atwe kata and almost say that Abusuapanin V0w was duly nominated, approved, installed, and recognized as the head of the Akosua royal family of Akosua, and instituted with the support and approval of the principal elders and members of the family in accordance with the customs and traditions of the family. So much I said, "Nana Tupac, Nana Kofi Abusuafo eche say omo nyina aka bo mu ko benkrom, and na omo fa mama ni amane kwan so. Adne si akunya so said the abusua no, omo amamre, ene abusua no, omo amane and your bibia is it no fa so a omni Tupac esi akunya so se Abusuapanin ntia no eye baako ye omuchem e wo no and after omo say to so me no muche say that some of the undersigned personally participated in the process leading to his nomination, approval, and installation, whilst others are principal elders who subsequently assumed office following the demise or replacement of former elders of the family. So I'm say one more one such a character as on the according quoting. Ebi no wo a wo mo kan ho no Tupac si akunya so na e ba ko. Ebi so wo a even though one kan ho Tupac si akunya so de. Nanso on say den ya abusua na say dibre we obi o bi okra dibre bi o nyame de a o se yesi anamu enti bi no wo a kire de don be ka abusua no mu mpanifon principal elders of the family kire de don be ka ho bi as principal elders of the family said yes it abusua chibu asay ya all kan nyina ho asem e de akire court say abusuafo obo mdi wa hai omo nyina na e kan ho bi a omo jitum say Tupac e da so ye Abusuapanin e de mai kwa de shibusua e de afi yento aso na yenti nsem no de all kan e de akire amansan now and afi what was no what was bi mu e de akire court say that we are not aware of any valid customary process initiated by the principal elders of the family seeking the removal of Abusuapanin V0w from office. So see omo de omo amache kata omo se omo nim na omo nte say ebi abusua no mu de pa bi aka bo mu se omo Tupac afi akunya so omo de they are unaware. That's what they are saying. Yes, as one can. And I from say to me say that neither the undersigned principal elders nor the family acting through its recognized customary structures were consulted, convened or involved in any lawful customary proceedings concerning allegations, complaints, or charges against Abusuapanin V0w which could lawfully culminate his lawful removal from office. So I'm saying, one more Abusuafo you almost say character I can say. One more way elders, Edinburgh Abusuan. Now, one be anyone, I say. Abusuafo bi ene wa ye consult on ase ye no mudi nkomo say ebi anakofu Tupac sana kata Tupac kata ya odikoda court omoka omo bi ene wa sabi ye consult on so we bi Tupac kran ye pese tunu fira kunya so esanse we tuana mo say ye say ntino ye na ye ka wo ye na fira kunya so ene bi anka omo kan kan mo tie abusuafo no ya aka no omo so asem omo ka etie abusuafo na asem omo ka no omo na mo tuo ne ami say de omo atwe omo bia na bo ma bia e bo omo just there be. There's nothing of that sort. Bibia said anyone. The company said, "Preocupe." If you told you say, "Sana omo kan, nyame na meka." Say, "Ye Tupac efe kunaswa." Omo jitu menyi. Ti no so yensema omo kan. And afi, omo sai church nsema odum. And omo kan sem bi kakra e de aka ho. Ya nsem kakra omo kan de aka ho say. Abusu nsem kakra omo kan e de aka ho say. First of all, that neither the undersigned principal, but you can and obviously that no charges. Particulars of misconduct, notice of hearing, invitation to a customary trial, or opportunity to be heard were ever brought to our attention as principal elders of the family in respect of any purported proceedings against Abusuapanin V0w. And what I say, one day, yeah, I'm Abusuafo ibi. What I say, one can, I'm a beati say, one can, I'm saying that as I said. First of all, one and penifom such a character, Obia niwa. Or consult you will be the one you want to an amobia. say bia Tupac ya bought a crowd be to open be yan and answer bibia sa omunya aware sa na omoka. And I from that you say that we have become aware of claims by certain persons purporting to act as elders of the family and the media in support of the purported removal of Abusuapanin V0w. So much I say, oh, one want to say, and if be a chess on me Abusuafo. No, we now some more can so, or more to pack a fair kunyaso. After do that China. And if be a much I say, or we na Abusuania Bencrony after young media for, yeah, in I chesso, and the Crabusian to won't be say, yea, in a coffee be best song. Till more come once and caca, at the chairman say. None more can say that such persons did not act with the authority, mandate, approval, or deliberate, approval or participation of the recognized body of principal elders of the Akosua family of Akosua. That's the example of what I said. Abusuafoɔ Akosua mu ɛwɔ Akosua. Ɔmutu anamɔ ti sɛ yɛde nyinaa mu nkyɛn mu ne mu amane ɛbɛso. Wɔn say wɔn mu ntu saa anamɔ no on behalf of the family. Sɛ nipa bi na de krataa aba wɔn kyerɛ saa. So wɔn kyerɛ sɛ wɔn so yɛ abusuafoɔ. Te wɔn so di tu mu yɛ yɛ na wɔn nim sɛ Tupac na da so yɛ abusuafoɔ. Te those yɛn nsɛm bi a wɔn ɛka. And I form said that no resolution removing Abusuapanin V0w as head of family has ever been passed, adopted or endorsed by the principal elders of the family. So I'm just only a principal elders of the family. I'm a principal elders of the family. I'm just saying Tupac. It will be anywhere on why and those ones on my jet to be a someone. Okay, and you know, so be on the two. And I feel I want to say something as oh, I wouldn't send Tankasi or one way Tankasi or no tia now Tupac. Can I confuse Tupac that can yeah, what can you tia? Na Akosua ne waka dey go na Akosua ne so na ntam no what area ni enti o che say papa mi say entam no da so na entam no yenya anom nya nka mu asem ntino se dey ade ti bia o say yes akoko mi say entam na mbeka mu asem wi ama yehu se dey nsem esiti enti afo wi no che say nam say enti o ka mo bia ti say Tupac omo abusuafo ma tweka ta che say Tupac Abusuapanin ya oda so asi ekona de shibusua no oda so asi ekona de shibusua nyina aman. Now, because we're trying to move as a fata, and the Ama a corner distribution. And no see a crata to pack the Akodan course in Bia. Yeah, it is believed say Abusuani be and a macabo on such a crate every Akodan course. Then on what I said, only what can be to say, almost Sani Poma Shekate, or Akosua to pack so Abusuapanin, or Akosua organizing a mark knowledge on, and then the will be as fata to pack said, but that's why Abusuapanin at the my corner distribution. And I thought, you know, say, Sadi declaration on we. Aye omo na etu omo ache a omo make declaration ya omo ya ne yie mabusuani yie mu ne kan kom so watu sa na mo ya omo chema mo bia ti ase se e wo se na ehu yie se omo abusuafo mo je so mo principal elders here omo tu mi yie se Tupac and that's why Abusuapanin ya se the city bia wo se yes ma bibia enso eye asumje wo se yes ma bibia eye boko se dia e fata enso ti abusuan de kakra ya beto bia ene de asomo one enye asem kitu akra and that is the addict sabia no ka say there Tupac are responsible for the Akodan course people to je ka tenu a abusuafo bi sa hyase ne din ye too blur but me hu aduje amfi kofi ne sa hyase bi afi ochedako sa hyase aduje amfi kofi sa hyase afi efu echa sa hyase afi abena si oduan sa hyase afi ajua abrefisa chassis afi abelasi eduansa chassis afi one be mini bo ha ma shares product with me na so me hu di ni ye busua akua kwa do so nsa chassis afi echa akua so chassis afi one be me hu di me hu na boko sisa konsa chassis obna bo agin sa chassis efra tansa chassis akua boatman sa chassis abna dansen sa chassis V0w sa chassis akua brako nsa chassis akua nyako nsa chassis ama bodu nsa chassis afei when be adwo chance chassis and afei ya bakona academy ho obu na nsa chassis ya mo chese Tupac ada so Abusuapanin te busia we na ye exhibitor Tupac the Akodan court ye hwe Nyankopon ya to ho a 6th of July ibetie the court beka na dia ka bia so ye dia so me da se mo je bre na mo hwe me bi de kwa me so ha e by Grace TV me stress and then you can have a kind one or subscribe and or share. I'm a friend of Bianchi. So you probably brave. Yeah, yeah, ever some said yeah, say na efata and so yes. Now you all work out. We don't want to see some of kind home. Let me be I ask you. You're probably every nama call bombing this year. Oh, yeah, that's all the kind one say. na wo de wo comment by the tafu kantanka ene woni akai na enso me da se mo be kan ho na yedi dwumadi ebesom mo na bibia ye boko ti jame ya de ho a de beto from bibia ye be koso ya das no koso a na hwe by Christy distance ye only pa bebre ye de so maso ma du me da so ase Kojo Williams but bibia ase nyame kai na no send chere but in se wo echi de be koso de be samba ye de nchim ni mo amane bo abeso ni ko na usu nyame kan abusua makra bye bye. But anyway, I was here before see I mean clarify the answer Roma. After saying some way to park the court in court. I don't know so ma say very am no ka say. Lawyers are or which name with ma Abusuano, which is lawyers is name with ma or what is in court. That is the Abusuano, a corner Abusuano, Abusuapani Odobroni, Akosua&Brempomaa. And then also the next person will come will be the next person can be yeah mommy. Oh, okay, your fire pokus can be. Almost the same court no. Yeah, Tupac is responsible by. Let's not forget say lawyers exam with the ma yeah mommy Akosua&Brempomaa of fire poku. And after Abusuapani Odobroni. Or ma ka check court say court Emma Kwan na wo emfa ensakra emradina is ya court ayatum say for supplementary affidavit mra. Because I'm saying someone to pack album of saying that making kind na and some of the court and court on more some can the court makwan na or more fans be I mean some more California to balance and some people but nyame adu court so makwan nyame adu mo something of the court and court am no kwento mo chim say mo bomb pie say court e makwan so what you say nanka yemfa sabi obi sebe kanyam na make on o ti anu ye tie lawyer for us one kind say almost say court kura makwan nanka bia ye na na dey so ba kura na obejina court dem no church nsem yi efa krata no a otwe say Tupac da say Abusuapani na bibia enya asomdie nti Brennan Krabia na ebetre yedi atri ya ye hwe ye court beka na fe di akebia ye de emunchim ene emama na ebugina enso asom amansan na Janek say how are you doing how are you darling, you are the best of the best. Oh mama me da say wadaroma I say okay mama lawyer Cranton okay mama me da say pa say oba behwe na say ne ye mama lawyer Cranton na ohwe mama na ohwe free fine fa wadaroma yeah mama ohwe free fine fa we appreciate you say why to pray na wabeka on na wabeka ho ye di jumadi na enso and there was your Brennan Krabia and ebetre we just have to hope for the best we just have to optimistic say nyame na enom waye na bibia enya so nyame na enom waye na bibia enkoso kama pa said yeah say na efata okay so yedi besi say Janek say thank you for your education and information mama you're welcome lawyer Cranton ya that say oba behwe na be kan ho na yetimi edijumati aba abeson amasa tinyame adon a de beto from bia ebesan ba na ye de no so nchiru any more money na asuma so did the come na so nyame kan na ho na won tin hye na abepa me be hye abusua makra baba okay mama USA ya that's mama abepa me be hye nyame kan na ho abusua yakra bye okay Boston matama ya that's abusua abepa me be hye nyame kan obi yakra bye